Hey guys, I'm Michael PAA. I'm at the EnforceTac at the booth from UMAREX, and this is the brand new UMX414. Next to me is Mark. He is telling us.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So I'm one of the engineers behind this product. We call it the UMX414 Platform. So it's very versatile, but first a little bit about the thought process and the technique behind it. So we thought, if you look at a modern German police officer, he effectively has pepper spray up to 3 meters, maybe a taser up to 6 meters, and then he has a real firearm. So what does he have beyond that? Nothing very less lethal or non-lethal. So we thought, we make a rifle with an effective range of 5 to 55 meters and keep it less lethal on each of the distances. We do that by having a rangefinder down here that, when switched on, will constantly measure the distance to the target. The rifle is powered by PCP, so by compressed air. And while measuring, the valve will be constantly adjusted to adjust the muzzle energy coming out. Meaning we always have 30 joules at the target, regardless on if the target is at 5 meters or at 50 meters. Right. So how it works is we have an on switch on the other side of the sight, which then switches on the dots at the rear side. Right now it's in red, which means it's on, but it's not measuring. Once you hit the button at the front, either side or both at the same time, you see that the dots will switch to green and will start measuring and swapping around. Right now you have time. Once you press the button, 1 minute, it will constantly measure the distance. So you can then go into your target and fire once the distance you feel is comfortable firing. We have 3 rows of dots, accounting for bullet drop, because our diameter is 18 millimeters in size, exclusive to this rifle and to this brand, meaning that it has on longer ranges quite a big drop. And to compensate for that, we have these 3 rows of dots, which then will activate depending on the range. So you have to align them with the front side, and it will automatically compensate for the bullet drop for you. So basically, after you measure the distance, the only thing you have to do is decide when to fire and pull the trigger.
Important questions. Whenever you turn it on without pressing the button, can you shoot with the maximum power?
You can always shoot. You can.
But which power is then?
Right now, to keep it less lethal, the standard or the emergency mode, what we call it, is always 30 joules, so always non-lethal or less lethal. Depending on the request, we can also say no in the situation where the system has a failure or the battery runs out. We say we go up to the maximum just for the officer to be safe.
And second question, it's working with battery. So is this a battery pack to recharge, or you need batteries?
Right now we have just 2 batteries that you have to swap out. What we also want to do in the future, just so you can charge them from the outside or swap whole battery pack depending on what your situation is. The battery for right now is about 8 to 10 hours of constant measuring.
Okay, super.
So basically, if you would press the button every minute, you are about 8 to 10 hours before you have to recharge.
And what's the trigger rate?
We have
so it's easy to get this shot off, or?
It's quite easy. It's a very light trigger at the moment, but also that's one of the points why we say it's a platform. It's very customer driven, so it's very tailor-made for each.
Okay, so now it's only for professionals and it's not for everyone because it's not a stress trigger.
No. Right now it's a very light trigger. So if they say we need a much heavier, which is as far as I know quite usual in the police force, we can increase the strength, no problem.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.